Hey guys, Envy here. Let's go on a Digimon adventure, and maybe consider leaving a like, subscribe, and comment. But today, we're not just going to be focusing on Digimon for once, we're going to be looking at something else.
Well, if it isn't Tamagotchi.
We're going to be doing like a versus comparison video of two original devices, the Tamagotchi original and the OG Digimon original. And I think this is going to be quite an interesting video, because they're both from the same company, they're both V-pairs. I kind of just want to see like what's better. Makes sense from like maybe for, like a new person perspective, or maybe for like a collector perspective, or like what's the better like VPET franchise maybe. But anyway, we're gonna throughout this video make like little comparisons with stuff. I've kind of like got like a rough like idea for like sections on what I want to like compare them. But anyway, yeah, let's look at the devices. So before we actually start looking at devices stuff, again, this video is based on my opinions. So if you've got a problem with it, let's talk about it in the comments. This is not like the definitive, like, video here. Like everybody's got their own preferences for like VPairs and stuff. So this is just my opinion on that. But maybe if you agree, maybe you disagree, we could, take it down below, talk about it, and all that good stuff. So representing Digimon, we've got the version 2 Japanese version. And a bit of a spoiler with this Digimon here. I'm doing like a collab video while I'm recording this, and so this guy is a bit of a spoiler. But anyway, that video is coming out hopefully soon. I can't wait. It's going to be absolutely sick video with like a few other Digitubers. It's going to be dope. But anyway, so we've got this boy here, and for Tamagotchi, we've got this little green bean boy. Which yeah, I like this green. It's really cool. I just generally like green anyway, so that's a big point towards that there. But anyway, the way how I thought about doing this, we're gonna like put this into different like sections. So I think it's important to kind of tell the history of these two guys. Originally, Tamagotchi was the first to come out, marketed towards girls being like more cutesy. Then a few years later, I think it was actually like maybe 2 years later, Digimon came out being aimed towards boys, being more monster than being like cute little creatures. So I'm going to first discuss the overall presentation of the devices, like which one I think looks better. So let's look at the Tamagotchi first, being that he came out first. So the Tamagotchi itself is just like a small, like egg-shaped device. It's pretty small. It fits my hands nicely. I can kind of just put it on a keychain. I can put it in my pocket easily. Why the Digimon is kind of like more rectangular. It's generally a brick. Let's be honest. It's just a square brick. But the one thing I like about like the Tamagotchi is the fact that they have like more color variety with like the shell compared to like Digimon. I think with Digimon, they in the beginning they only had like two colors, the red, and I can't remember what the other color is. Damn it, it's gonna annoy me now. But with the version 2, it was the white, and there's like a translucent one, which looks really sick. While Tamagotchi has like multiple colors for like everybody. Also, they've got like different themes for like, Tamagotchis, which is really nice. So I think with the overall like terms of design, I think I'm actually going to give it to like Tamagotchi, just because it's like more color variety, which you can kind of choose your own if it makes sense, instead of just having tweet and choose like two colors with Digimon. Plus, as well, like holding out my hand or like gripping it feels a bit more meatier, but like having a Tamagotchi, like it just fits nicely in hand, and you can kind of just press the button a little bit more and all that. But I think for like overall presentation, I'm actually gonna give this Tamagotchi. So in terms of being a VPET, these guys has their similarities, both being made by Bandai. Bandai, please sponsor me. I share you merch and all that goodness. Again, it depends on like preference. I prefer like the monsters because I love the idea of like fighting other like Digimon, and the fact you got like two tongues here that allow you to do that. While with Tamagotchi, they do have like their own like personality, with the fact you can discipline them because they will shout at you. This guy will shout at you, and you can tell him off. I don't like telling him off, but I will do it if he misbehaves. God, I can't speak. So in terms of VPET wise, it's very, very close. It's very, very close. I think I prefer like the battling side a little bit more, so I'm gonna have to give like the point towards Digimon there. One thing I just want to quickly like point out between devices, the screen difference is massive. Like this is Tamagotchi, it's really quite faded, like it's not as strong compared to like the screen of the Digimon here. Again, these were like released a little bit later, so that's probably why, but yeah, I prefer the screen to the Digimon here. So I think one important thing that I should probably address is like how you get them to evolve. With Tamagotchi, it's being a baby to an adult. While with Digimon, is training to perfect level, mega, ultra, sonic, whatever. But I think in like that way, I think Digimon's actually the harder one because if you only got like the one Digimon the one Digimon device, it can be hard because you need to fulfill out battles to get to that like final stage. Unless you haven't got another device, the other best shot is like an ACOM, which you can kind of like fake simulate battles. So I think if you haven't got another device or you haven't got an ACOM, it's very, very, very hard to kind of hit that stage with Digimon. So I think in terms of like growth wise, I think Tamagotchi is actually like a lot easier. So yeah, the point's going to Tamagotchi there. Mini games. Again, going back to like the growth and stuff. There's one aspect of Digimon that you had to do like training, and I think with the Tamagotchi, you got played like the mini games. Mini games. I don't even know what I'm saying. But both these devices have their own different games. Tamagotchi's kind of got like this like directional thing. I'm just gonna show it now. It's this icon. So this you kind of have to pick what direction the Tamagotchi's can go in. So I clicked right and he looked left, so I got that wrong. You have to do this like 5 times. So yeah, I got that one right. So this minigame's like 50-50 based on chance. It can be a little is can be a little bit annoying. Yeah, I failed it again. I'm not really trying to be honest here. Here we go. So that's the Tamagotchi minigame. I actually managed to get good, so he's happy. Why with Digimon are you still going? Shut up. Be quiet. Why Digimon with this device you get like this little bar you got to fill up. This is really hard, but it gets harder and fast. It gets God, don't quote that. It gets faster like the higher the stage of the Digimon. So because it's like the ends like stage, this bar is really really quick to like to hit the max. Yeah, I can barely do it. It's really really hard. But the thing is, though, you don't necessarily need to kind of hit max when you're like at this level because I'm kind of done everything with this guy. But yeah, so in terms of like minigame wise and like what's easier, is going to Tamagotchi boy again. With the last one, I kind of want to talk about like the overall sprites and animation of these two guys. Why are we not focusing? Let me just switch around because I think this has better light on our side. There we go. That's better. So you can see both. In terms of like sprite wise, this guy is like a kid, I think. I don't know what stage is at. I think in terms of sprite wise, Digimon is easily hands down better. It's the sprite work just seemed a lot more interesting compared to like the Tamagotchis, where they're kind of like blobs and shapes. But you can say the same for Digimon, but I think they just look a lot cooler. And if you compare the actual art to like the Digimon sprites, they do look very similar. While Tamagotchi is very, very simple, so he's very similar to the actual picture. I might show the examples on the screen. But I think in terms of like creativity with the sprites and like the animations, he's definitely got to be for Digimon, especially again for like the mini game. You can see like the rocket barrage attack. I think he does. Yeah, like you can see him shooting rockets, and it just it looks cooler. And you can see like the details in his face when he's angry. So I think animation and sprite wise, it's got to be Digimon. So what is the conclusion? What is the final verdict? What is better, Digimon or Tamagotchi? To be honest, I don't think there really is like a definitive answer from like looking at them as VPETs. Personally, for me, it's got to be Digimon. I mean, you can see the amount of Digimon devices I've got, and I make Digimon content on this channel. But in terms of like both franchises and devices, they're both really good. They both have like their strengths and weaknesses. Like with Digimon focusing on battles, while with the Tamagotchi you kind of got to like focus more on the needs and keeping it happy and like the discipline and all that stuff. But I think they're both really, really good devices. Again, I do like Tamagotchi. I've got like a Tamagotchi pics. I might make a video on that, make like a little run video on that. I think that could be really cool. If you want me to, then just put in the comments below, and again, share your opinions on like what you think's better, Digimon Tamagotchi. This is going to be quite like a. I don't want to be like an overly controversial video. Like this is just my opinions. It's kind of like me sharing my thoughts on both, and I thought it was quite a fun concept. But anyway, if you liked this video, please leave a comment, consider maybe leaving a subscribe. I'm super, super close to nearly reaching 100. Again, my goal is to reach 100 by the end of the year. We're super, super close. And I kind of want to keep growing this channel and hopefully maybe in the future, like form like a community of people, maybe. But anyway, yeah, I hope to see you in the next one.